Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I have a big smile on my face. Not only did my San Francisco 49ers pull out a big win tonight in week 1 of Monday Night Football, beating the Minnesota Vikings, but as soon as that game was done, I flipped over to the WWE Network and I watched Table for 3 with The New Day, which was a news show that debuted tonight after Monday Night Raw. This is where The New Day discusses life on the roads, the ups and downs of their special bond that brought them to one of the top tag teams in the WWE Tag Team division. I love this show. I think that honestly, I see a lot of people tweeting, I see a lot of people making videos that the one reason why they're sticking with WWE right now in this sort of downtime after SummerSlam is The New Day. The New Day kill it. Show after show, whether if it's a Monday Night Raw, whether if it's SmackDown. I've been lucky enough to see The New Day, I think, wrestle on 2 different house shows, once before they were even The New Day, when they were just sort of paired together after they made that Monday Night Raw come together sort of meeting, which they talked about during the show, is when they were supposed to be the new Nation of Domination. It was just, I think it was Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston with Biggie Langston as the manager on the outside during this. But this was a fun show, and these guys are funny. This was really funny. I laughed almost throughout the whole show. I even had to go explain to my wife why I was laughing so much and what I was watching at one point. But the show kicked off, and they talked about Kofi Kingston and sort of some of the hidden talents that he has. And they were asking him if he was ever going to let his sort of not expressions, his impressions is the word that I was looking for. Basically, he talked about how his parents are from Ghana and English descent, and so he learned how to, speak different ways. And of course, everybody can remember when Kofi Kingston debuted in WWE, he was a Jamaican wrestler, so he had to speak with a Jamaican accent 24/7, pretty much, to keep the gimmick going alive until basically it was the point where the gimmick was exposed in a newspaper article, and he told WWE it was time to go in a different direction. Of course, Triple H, maybe it was even DX, made fun of the fact that he dumped the accent on Monday Night Raw one time, and they brought it up and put it out on blast to the point of sort of killing it and moving on from there. But basically, they talked about how they would kill time driving down the road, doing things that would normally suck. If you think about road trips and you have to drive. When I drive from here to Disneyland, that's an 8-hour drive. But it's worth it, because you and the kids are hanging out at Disneyland and everybody's having a ton of fun. But the drive sucks. I mean, you get there, you're tired, you're crabby, you always get stuck in some traffic, and this is what wrestlers live 24/7. Basically, they had Monday Night Raw, they wrap that up, they immediately get in the car and they drive to the next town to check into a hotel, to get as much sleep as they can, and the next day they got to get up, try and find a gym to work at, and they got to go to the arena to find out what they're doing for SmackDown. It's just the life of a wrestler. You got to tip your hat to them. You watch this stuff, and you got to know that, being a superstar, living the life of a star, you got to find things to kill times. And basically, they talk about driving through a Taco Bell drive-thru, and Kofi Kingston playing the role of a Jamaican, trying to order, his order, and then trying to order just a piece of bread to go on the side. And, the drive-thru guy saying, no, we only sell sandwiches, you can't buy the bread. And then he drives up to to pay the guy. He pays the guy, they hand him the food. He immediately opens the food while the guy's still in the window, takes a bite out of it. Boop, boop! Taco Bell did it again! Compliments to the chef. And he said basically it's the guy at the window just no-sold him. Just completely shut the window. And from there, just went on about his day like it was no big deal that anybody has ever drove up to the window and said compliments to the chef. But I guarantee you, because of his Table for 3 with The New Day, it will be the new thing that I will be doing from now on. I'm not 100% sure when they shot this. I know that they shot a lot of the Table for Threes WrestleMania 31 weekend. I don't know if they went and put these guys at the table, seeing how over these guys are, and did a new episode. They never talked about being tag team champions. New Day was a part of WrestleMania 31's opening match, but it seems like these guys are really well gelled together. They said that they had been a team for almost about a year, if you count back to the day that they made their segment on Monday Night Raw when Xavier Woods came down there dressed all in red, almost like a Malcolm X guy, telling them that, you know, they had to band together and do things, and it was supposed to be a real serious program that Xavier Woods was pitching, trying to get for himself. It turned into a heel character, talking about the fact that he had a PhD and he's better than everyone. I don't know if they were, well, what I sort of got the feel off of it was, you know, it was Straight Edge and CM Punk, and how you know, CM Punk said that he was better than everyone. I think that they were trying to go in that direction with Xavier, but they ended up, you know, putting them together, and I don't know if it was because people thought they were going to be the new Nation of Domination and they had high hopes for this, or maybe WWE decided they were going to go with these guys as being good guys, so they wanted to chill out for a while. But, you know, we would see Kofi, we would see Big E, we would see Xavier Woods wrestle on shows, but we never would see them together, so we wouldn't know if they just trashed the angle. And then, you know, they started airing the vignettes of these guys sort of, you know, around the choir, like they were in church, and then, you know, they went out there preaching positivity, and then the people just turned on them. WrestleMania 31 weekend, the night after WrestleMania, and they were able to go in a new direction of being heel. But the team has just really worked and really gelled, and they didn't tell the story about how they came together. They talked about the fact that, you know, nobody really had anything really going on. Kofi Kingston talked about, you know, he was getting to the point of his career when it just was dragging a little bit. Nothing was really going on for him. Nothing really seemed fresh. Nothing really seemed fun. And being a part of this group where he gets to go work with his friends every day and try and explore new things. You know, they talked about at one point, WWE, you know, they would come to them with a recommendation and say, can we do this? And they would turn them down. Now it seems that New Day's on fire at the point where Xavier Woods is coming to the ring with the tuba playing sound effects during a match. And there's no way in the world I think that the New Day would have got away with that in the beginning. I think they had to see that, you know, they actually knew what they were doing with these characters, and the more they, you know, pumped the New Day into what there was going on, the more funnier it was going to be and the better it would get. But as a show, Table for Three, I remember the first one, which had Piper, Orndorff, and I was going to say Mr. Fuji, but it was Mean Gene Okerlund. On there, I said that the food was really a distraction because they focused a lot on the servers coming to serve them. On this one, we actually get to see them put the food down in front of Kofi Kingston because he had, I guess, got there first and ordered already. He ordered some clam chowder and some sort of rice. And they talked about clam chowder coming from where he came from he said New England. And it's really thick and really good. And he said that he was scared. He's scared to order at some places. He said that the clam chowder that he got on the show was a little watery. But they didn't really focus on them eating. They didn't really focus on them serving the food. I found that as a real big distraction, which broke up the stories at some point during that first one. So it looks like maybe WWE went into the drawing board and found some ways to tinker with the show. I like the way that they do the cutscenes and put the stories together. New Day was made for this show. I hope that we get to see them do another one somewhere down the road, or find something on the WWE Network for these guys to be themselves and talk about what they do in their real lives, because this was a very, very fun episode, and New Day are really over, and I laughed my ass off to this one. Make sure you go out of your way. It's a 25-minute show, no commercials, WWE Network on demand. You can watch this anytime you want. Turn me off and turn it on.